Hello, the game has started. It's me to go first. I have a bingo. I have Dariole. Fantastic, and pretty good follow-up rack as well. This could be close to a bingo. I've got an I for an ing ending. But is there a bingo ending ing with this rack? I don't think there is. I'm not seeing a 7. I've got the non-prefix. Wow, this looks so close to a bingo. Oh no, back-to-back bingos between opponent and myself, completely undoing the benefit of my great start. But do I have a bingo? Let me consider the available floaters. And I note that Jaculate takes an E in front and a D and an S after for reference. I'm not seeing anything with a D. What about an A? No. R. Nope. I. Nope. J. A. Already considered. C. T. A. A could be useful. Non-page is not good. Okay, I'm not seeing a bingo. A couple of double lanes. So I have Pangens. Let me see what this scores. 40 points. I think this is probably worth doing, even though it's rack-wrecking. I'm setting up a hotspot above the A, but there's a super hotspot above Jaculate, so creating more hotspots is fine because it means that I have first dibs at one of them. This is 40 points. I'm burning the S. S is worth 8 to 10. Can I get 30 points and preserve the S? I don't think so. I'm going with this. Okay, my rack moves away from being a bingo, but not surprising since I burnt 6 tiles. Now I do have an E for ejaculate, but I don't think I can score much in that spot. 32 for opponent. Interesting, if I play off oaf, my rack cleave of case is pretty strong. So, is there somewhere good for oaf? Oh, I thought there was, but app not good. What I do have here is feet, splitting up the duplicate A, and although this rack cleave isn't as good as case, it's still balanced and contains bingo-y tiles. Just pausing in case I have a bingo with this rack. I haven't really looked for one. I've got face as a component part of a word. And co. What about the R? And R and A and P, I and N, D. No, I'm not seeing anything better than feet. Okay, pretty good. I dodged duplicates. I've got candors. I suspect I didn't fully explore the E front hook for jaculate that turn. So, does candors play anywhere? And dacrons is its anagram. Ooh, Azo takes an N. Ah, look at this. Saw is good. So, I do have candors in row B. 46 for opponent. Wow, that's a big score. But look at this. I played feet. If I hadn't played feet, opponent would have had the Z above the A, ZO, for over 60 points. So that's worked out quite well. Candors has got to be better than dacrons because nothing goes in front of the C. Or I could play it down here. 89 points. Yep, I won't get anything like that in row B, so I am going with this. Oh, wow. Pretty grim. But this happens when you're drawing random tiles. And I have a 90-point lead. V and C can help to preserve leads because there are so few two-letter words, just C and H, just CH and nothing with a V. Now onto a D, and there is one. I have Livid, which would sort the rack out nicely. Great, just 24 for opponent, and they burn an S. Surely that means they've got an S or a blank. Now, do I have any VIA plays in column 2? No. I've noticed I have trivial through an A, turning over tiles. The bag's half empty, and the blanks are unseen. So let me consider this. Livid for 18. Trivial keeping just an I. This is a much better rack leave. Lots of R's and T's to come, though. So let me see what this looks like. Trivial for 20. 2 more points. I think given how many R's and T's are still to come, and the presence of the blanks, I'm minded to play this longer play. And look at this, I draw 2 T's, so I'm glad I've got only 2 of them on my rack and not 3. But another grim rack, and one in which I'll be looking to turn over tiles. Great, just 27 for opponent. ENS takes nothing after it. No bingo here. I've got Lotion on my rack. That does play. How dangerous is this? Well, it's pretty dangerous. It's opening a bingo lane with 2 blanks unseen and also an easy scoring spot above, so that isn't the play. Loriot through an R doesn't quite work. Gosh, the hooks for Jaculate, none of the 3 of them has been taken. 13 minutes on my clock. So, can I play Underjowed? ZE takes an L. No, I can't. That's a shame. Nothing goes above LE. I still lead by about 50 points, which it's better than not leading, but it's not a safe lead by any means. Lotion feels so lame. Yeah, and a word ending ES could slot in. I'm looking at a parallel play to Trivial. Something like Loon or Lion. But OT not good, so the I would have to go in front of the T and then an O. T would have to go next. And look at this, I don't have anything. What about getting value from scoring tiles on the board? What about the V and the C? Gosh, I would have Violin if the C wasn't there and I had an extra I. Oh, Voli is also blocked. Wow, what a tricky position to be in. Only 2 O's to come, a lot of I's to come. Well, what about playing Lotion here? 14 points. and setting up a hot XI spot. Gosh, I really don't know what's best here. I'm not coming up with any good candidate plays. Tail for 22. I like the score. It's splitting up the duplicate T, burning the I when there are lots to come. Ratcliffe's just about okay, but what's best about this play, I think, is the score and the fact that it's not setting up anything for an opponent. I'm going with this. Great, I dodge drawing any more O's, and I've got good scoring tiles in the X and the Y. So, are there any scoring spots? There would have been if I'd played Lotion through the T of Trivial. So no bingos here. Oxy is good. That would sort out the duplicate O and leave a decent Ratcliffe. Great, only 15 for opponent, but slightly ominous. I feel with such a lowly score and small tile turnover, they're probably nursing a pretty decent 5-letter set. Now, just looking down here, I have Oxo for 32. Decent score. An okay Ratcliffe. If I draw only consonants, the Y should get me out of jail. Playing Oxy would be much better, but Farry not good. I could play Oxy under the S of Pangens. 28 points. 4 fewer points. Much better Ratcliffe. So on score and Ratcliffe, Oxy is better. Well, maybe Oxy is the play. It doesn't take any hooks after it. If opponent wants to get points with a parallel play, well, there's probably going to be more opportunities available. Now, Onyx also good. 9 minutes on my clock. I could play Oxy up here. 39 points, but that's setting up a super hot lane, and opponent, I infer, has got a decent Ratcliffe. So, is there anything to consider? What about Onyx here? 32 points, decent score, decent Ratcliffe. Onyx doesn't take anything. Much harder to score parallel to Onyx than Oxy, where the X and the Y were immediately adjacent to a double word square lane. And wide X, not particularly useful. Bingo floaters. I'm going with this. Wow. Well, it's good in that I've got the B as a floater. Both blanks still not appearing. Wow, 30 points for opponent, which is good for them. Eight minutes on my clock, 26 tiles in the bag. So this has been a tricky game, lots to think about. What to do here? So I've got Borty. 12 points, hopeless, horrible Ratcliffe. I've got an E for ejaculate. So, let me just see what this scores. 26 points. Is there any way of extending that to get it doubled? So it could end BLE. Let me just put BLE in for inspiration. Nope, I'm not getting any. Blottier is good. What about, oh, be title? I don't have two E's. 7 minutes on my clock. I'm quite minded to play this. Tetra is better. It splits up the duplicate R. Yeah, and I'm not going to get in trouble even with the worst draw from the bag. I've got the B for score and a vowel to play it. I'm going with Tetra. And I draw an E, which is good. And a couple more scoring tiles. So I'm not going to bingo, but I lead by a bingo. And my scoring tiles should help me get half a bingo score. I think with two blanks unseen, it's anybody's game, especially as I'm sure opponent has got one of them. But it may be good if they've got both blanks on their rack, because they're only going to get one score from those blanks. And I can certainly survive one bingo. I like Tetra because it didn't provide anything nice for opponent. No D's to come for ejaculated. Okay, there we go. Only one blank, which is a shame. 76 points. Good. Not massive. Entryism takes an S. Still no S's to come, but there is one blank. So my non-bingo-y floater, the Y, has been used as a bingo floater. Now, what can I do with this rack? Well, I've got of. That's not great. I'm looking to play off 16 tiles in the bag and only 6 minutes on my clock. I'd like to play off 2 out of my 3 scoring tiles. Something like fob or flob. Ball is good, but nothing goes in front of ZE. Wow, this is a tight board, except for this super hot bingo lane, and I don't think there's anything I can do about that. But if opponent does bingo in row N, they'll be opening up row O. Well, maybe of is the play. It's 26 points. I lead by 10, so I'll lead by 36. Not too well as a K to come and plenty of E's. That surely isn't best. Ball is good. Just not seeing anywhere to play off 2 of these big tiles. What about playing Bop? 20 points. An okay rack leave. I'm preserving the F for EF. P in second place, not massively useful, especially with the lack of S's. And nothing goes in front of bod, so only 2 letter options available at the top. I'm going with this. And I draw the blank. Wow, that means the entryisms hook is mine. A lot of vowels to come. So what I'd like to do is hang on to the E and play off some of these consonants. I could play FEH. That's quite nice. Although not a great score and not a great Rackley with L double R. But no L's to come, no R's to come. This is going to be a close one. My lead just 30 points. £30 points for opponent, so just 2 points between us. What to do? Well, what about doing this? Fresh for 48. I'm minded to do this. How foolish is this? 3 minutes on my clock. Fresh for 48. 400 points. I would take a 46-point lead. Opponent would probably score 30 maybe. But only at the expense of burning the K and the W. Very few scoring tiles left, just 3 of them. That was a big score. Yeah, I'm just really short on time. So I am minded to go with this fresh for 48. And a nice balanced rack. And 1 scoring tile in the B. 15 minutes on opponent's clock. Wow, opponents play so fast. Now, is this triple letter square going to be above a vowel? Can I land my B there for 20 or 30 points? I note that I do not have a vowel that can go underneath the F, so row O not available for me. Fresh does take an A in front as well. One O to come, otherwise I was thinking of playing beg. 32 for opponent. Oh, great. There is an E where my B can go. So 2 minutes on my clock. I lead by 14. The bag is empty. Opponent is not going out in 1. So if I can go out in 2, I get 3 scores. My 2 scores plus count back. But I may not be able to go out in 2. So I have gob for 27. That's pretty handy. It's going to give me a 40-point lead. The only scoring tile is the K. There's nowhere massive for the K. There's KOR. Not seeing anywhere else. What do I have which goes above the second E? The O does. The R does. So I could play bro. Keeping igloo. Does igloo play anywhere? Don't think so. 1 minute on my clock. What am I going to do with this rack? I've got LUR for 9. I've got the I for QI. If there's an out in 2, it's probably worth doing. I'm going with this just purely based on the time, down to 1 minute. I think I'm far enough ahead to hang on. I'm 41 points ahead. But now opponent's in the position of being able to go out in 2 and get 3 scores to my 1. 27 for opponent. They haven't provided an out. They've got AEET. I lead by 14. So 47 seconds left. I've got Litu for 15. I'm not giving an out for opponent. I lead by 14. I'm going to lead by 29. 2 on countback. Opponent's going to need 27 to draw and go out. I'm going with this. Oh, let me just pause and see if I've got 2 outs for my R. ER and ER. Okay, is this going to be enough to get me over the line? Does opponent have a whizzy out with AEET? Gosh, this has been a close one. I don't think opponent is going to be able to score enough and may not be able to go out at all. Be interesting to see if there were any out in 2 options when I played gob. If there were, the game would be over by now. As it stands, it's not over. but opponent needs to find 27 points. Just looking around for where opponent can go out. Nothing with the K or the L. Okay, so they do have an out, but for only 12 points. And the final score, 427 for an opponent, 442 for me, a winning margin of 15 points, so a huge, huge win. Let's see what I missed. Wow, that was close. So it was me to go first, and what a fabulous start. I have Dario, but my joy was short-lived because fantastic spot by opponent of Jaculate. Now, did I miss a bingo? No. Pangens for 40, wrecking the rack, and the best play which preserves the S is Ponga. K8, Ponga and PE. May have been worth doing. It's 9 points less than Pangens, but the rack leave is worth probably at least 9. So those moves are comparable, and certainly NS a better rack leave. But I don't play that, I play Pangens. And opponent plays Jowd, which is a nice play. This was a tricky rack. And I go with feet in the end. Rack leave is okay, and I'm taking out a hot Z spot, which opponent has. So they play Azo for 46, and we're super close. But I have Candors for 89. Cardons and Dacrons are its anagrams, and this is the score drop for playing in row B. Nearly 20 points, and a row B play opens triple word squares in row A. Now, opponent plays comes. Let's see what they were doing. Yep, they did have a duplicate S. My rack, this was tricky. Vitrail and Trivial. Vitrail for 54? Oh, my word. Look at this. Double. 54 points, making OI and all. Well done if you spotted that. It's amazing how often plays like this do come up with an under-analysis and are missed during the game. Makes you realise how much potential there is for improvement. So I go with Trivial for 20, 34 points less than its anagram of Vitrail. Now opponent plays Vagi, yeah, sorting the rack out nicely. E8 Tail. Yeah, that was my play, and I like it. Opponent plays Duh. Yeah, keeping an okay rack leave. EIST is excellent, and a duplicate I doesn't ruin it. So I play Onyx for 32. B9. Well, I thought about Oxy and Yawl, didn't like opening up row A. So I like my play. Opponent plays Chi. Now, what do? I play, this is where I play Tita for 26. Yeah, I11, Lobe, sticking an E in column 15. I don't like that. I don't like the rack leave. Vowels increase in value as you approach the end of the game, and 3/4 of the tiles have been played. So the O in this rack leave, early on in the game, this rack leave wouldn't be good. Wouldn't be as good as it is towards the end of the game. Now, opponent with an absolute powerhouse of a rack. As well, not as many bingos as I thought. 2 of them are through the Y, Entryism and Thymines, and then 2 9-letter plays beginning MI. And this is what brings the game super close. There's still a blank unseen, and it's not on my rack. And there's only 10 points between us. So I play Bop for 20. F14, faux playable. F-O-E. I think with the blank unseen, I'd be reluctant to make that play, burning both my vowels. Whereas Bob retains an E. Now opponent hogging the vowels, plays U. And this is my rack. And I play fresh for 48. L14. Hurl. I don't like that, sticking an L in row O. It wrecks my selfish hook for entryism and provides an easy scoring spot in row O. Then we have FE with an horrible rack cleave, and then we have my play. So I like fresh. And as you can see, opponent does have a scoring tile, is able to play in row O. And it's not enough, nothing over 32 points available. So I lead by 14. I've got a balanced rack. The bag is empty. Gob for 27. So let me look at these. Do any of these plays look like they're out in twos? Well, there's the Igloo rack cleave and there's Girl. But is there anywhere to play Igloo or Girl? And there's a floating I. No, I'm not seeing anywhere, so it looks like Gob is as good as it gets. But could opponent have done better? They really needed to go out in two. They weren't doing that with a Tok. Looks very unlikely. And even if they can go out in two, I think keeping 3 or 4 1-point tiles, they're not going to score very much. So I lead by 14. This is my rack. I have Litu for 15. And now opponent has only one out, and it's not enough. So what a game. Absolutely fantastic stuff. Really enjoyable. Great swings of fortune. Fabulous start with a bingo. Opponent comes back with a bingo. I feel close, but I can't find one. And then later on I get candles, but opponent comes back with entryism. I have a blank, but what to do with it? So this is the beauty of the game. Not only is there ebbs and flows in fortunes and game scores, but there's just so many interesting decisions that you have to make and racks to consider. And certainly the fresh rack, I'm very reluctant to play the blank when I've got this hook for entryism, but I feel on reflection that fresh was the right play. Anyway, many thanks to opponent for a good battle. I hope you enjoyed watching that game. Like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you next time.